Hello everybody, this is Carla and this time I'm here to do a review for episode 14 of season 8 of Castle. This episode is titled the G.D.S. and I have to say, I found the main plot I really didn't care about. Like this whole Bicoastal serial killer thing they could have made that so much more exciting, because it's something you haven't really heard before, like two people doing serial killings exactly the same way in opposite coasts of the country. It's something new. I think they wasted an opportunity by making it so silly and just not interesting enough. It could have been a great plot for a more serious episode, I guess. The whole G.D.S. thing, I didn't really care. I mean, I understand as a writer how Castle would want to be part of this great detective society, especially if Conan Doyle was in it. I just thought it was really stupid the way they did it, and the fact that he had to face off against another detective. Why did they have a limited number of detectives that can join? Really? Shouldn't it be on merit? If you are a great detective, then you can join the Great Detective Society? I thought it was just really stupid. And although it was really nice seeing Summer Glau there, I love her. She's awesome, and I've liked her since Serenity. It was great to see her and Nathan Fillion reunite in this episode. Awesome. That alone gave me chills. But I think they underused her a lot. I'm hoping that she actually has a recurring role of some kind, because I would love to see her again in the show, and I think they could do so much more with her character. I just think she was criminally underutilized. But apart from that, the rest of the episode, the B plots, I did like. I was smiling the entire time with the Lainey thing. I thought that was really really fun, and I love it when Ryan and Javi get to be joke around and stuff like that, because they're both big idiots once you give them something to grab onto to make jokes and stuff. So I like that, and I like that we haven't forgotten about Lainey, because she seems one of those characters who is in the main cast, but at the same time is kind of throwaway. We don't always focus on her at all. We don't really see much of her story, especially since she and hubby broke up, which I'm kind of still mad about, by the way. I don't know. I liked it. It made me smile. It's stupid and sophomoric as it was. It really did make me smile. Because those two, they're idiots, but they're adorable idiots, and they more than deserve the fire extinguisher that Lainey got them with. So, I thought that was a really funny subplot, and I don't mind stuff being funny as long as it's not kind of the center of the episode, On the other hand, then there's the Hayley thing, which I was really excited for, because I love that Hayley's actually involved in Castle's disappearance. Not necessarily because she was the one who kidnapped him or anything, but just because I liked the idea. She came out of nowhere, right? She came out of nowhere on the first episode of the season, and I love the idea of there being more to her, and she being more involved than she said she was. For a moment, I had that one tiny second where I went, "Oh my god, they're going to make her the bad guy. This is awesome." They didn't. She's still good. I don't mind. I mean, it would have been amazing if she had actually turned out to be a bad guy and had actually tried to kill Alexus and stuff like that. It would have been great. But I also, I like Hayley, and I like that she's kind of become part of the Castle family by now. So I don't mind that they didn't make her the bad guy, although it would have been amazing. I did like the Lockset turn, though. I mean, when this whole thing happened, when Castle was kidnapped and missing for those 2 months, we didn't know about Lockset. We knew nothing about Lockset. Lockset is new, right? So I think it's interesting that we're at a place where it turns out that Castle was the first one to know about Lockset, because it just makes it so ironic then that Kate kind of left him for half a season to keep him safe when he actually erased his own memories so he would keep her safe. That is, I mean, come on, the irony is delicious. I love it. So I hope when he tells her now that, hey, I know about Lockset before you did, that they can kind of sit down and talk about it and apologize to each other, because they've both been playing this thing very, very wrong. They should have just told each other what the heck was happening from point one, because, as I've said 1,000 times, they work better together than they do alone. I also think it was very interesting that Castle's father was telling Castle, he told Hayley to keep Castle away from any Lockset connections, basically, to keep him from snooping into that and figuring out what it was that he was doing before. While at the same time, his wife, Castle's father's wife, his stepmother, is telling Kate to keep Castle away from the Lockset thing again. So that Kate, to a point, assumes that she has to leave him in order to keep him safe. I find that very interesting, how the two of them seem to kind of be working on opposite sides of the fence, but at the same time they both want Castle to be safe, just through different methods. So I think that's very interesting, and I liked the way it ended. The note that ended in with Castle realizing that Kate's entire team from Washington was killed because he got his nose into stuff that he didn't have to. I fully expect for them to dive into the Lockset thing now that this is out. I understand that the way they left it in this episode makes them feel more like Castle is going to back off and not investigate this. That's what he told Alexus, at least. But I don't think he will. I think he goes back on his word and starts investigating it no matter what, or he gets dragged back into it somehow. Because obviously we have to figure out what happened to him, who Lockset is, where this is heading, and I think that's the overarching plotline of this season, and it needs to be resolved now that we're in the second half of the season. So I'm just waiting for it to start up again. Maybe we'll get up to a point where we don't have to delve into these silly little filler murder plots, and we actually get to see what the actual action is with Lockset and Kate and Vikram and stuff like that. By the way, I also just have to add that I love Alexus so much. I love that she knows that even if it's better for her father to stay away from the whole secret disappearing time thing, she knows that her father won't give up on it, and she knows that he wants to know. And even though maybe staying safer is better for him, she knows that he can't live like that, and he will never be completely happy if he doesn't know. And therefore, even though she tells Hayley that she's going to delete this guy's info, she still goes and looks, because she wants her father to know, because she knows it's the only way that he will be, in peace and stable and just not permanently out of balance, you know what I mean? So I think that's great for her, because we've seen this history of Kate doing stuff in order to keep Castle safe without telling Castle about it, and now we know that Castle also did stuff to keep Kate safe without telling Kate about it. So it's nice to see someone in this freaking family actually, goes for the truth because she knows that's what will make people happy, instead of doing stuff that will make people unhappy just to keep them safe. So I love Alexus. She's awesome. I'm very happy that Hayley is not a bad guy. I mean, it would have been awesome if she was, but I'm very happy about it because I really like her relationship with Alexus too. I think Alexus needed someone to look up to, someone to have as a role model, and I think Hayley's a good one. So I really like their interaction. I think they're awesome together, and I think Hayley works well with Castle too, and I'm glad that things are developing the way they are, even though I did not like the main murder plot of this episode, and thought the way they solved the killings was really stupid, and I didn't like the G.D.S thing at all, and I hope that we get to see Summer Glau again, maybe as a recurring character. Overall, I think the episode was a positive for me, just because of everything that we've learned about Castle's missing time, and also the subplot with Ryan and Espo was hilarious. So I actually did like the episode in the end, even though the main plot wasn't all that great. So that's it for me today. As usual, remember to visit our website at thegeekypub.com. We have reviews not just for previous Castle episodes, but also for other TV shows, books, movies, games. We have a ton of stuff in there, so be sure to visit and check it out. And if you don't want to miss anything that we upload, then your best bet is to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because that's usually where our reviews go up first. Most of the time, even before they hit the website, they're up on YouTube. So if you want to receive notifications as soon as we upload anything new, then you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And that's it from me today. I will see you guys in my next review. Bye.